The Chemistry Adventures of Sarah and Kelly.
Written by Demi Jones and Julia Stanton.
One day after school, Sarah and Kelly were working on their chemistry homework. The two girls were very upset because they didn't understand electron and light waves, no matter how hard they tried.
All of a sudden, it starts raining and lightning strikes outside of their window.
Boom!
Then all the lights go out. Sarah's dad runs into the room with a flashlight to make sure they are okay and offer to help with their homework.
Kelly asked her dad if he could help explain light waves to them. Sarah was very impressed when Mr. Smith began talking about the first model of an atom. He said in 1803, John Dalton stated that matter is made up of invisible particles called atoms. But Mr. Smith also said that the model has changed many times since then, and the current accepted model is the quantum mechanical model.
Mr. Smith explained that all lights are made up of waves, and each wave contains 3 parts. He told the girls that the 3 important parts of a wave are the origin, crest, and trough. Kelly said she knew what the origin was. She stated that the origin is the midline of the wave, and she was correct. Mr. Smith explained that the crest is the highest point of the wave, and the trough is the lowest point of the wave. Kelly excitedly told Mr. Smith and Sarah that she was finally starting to understand.
Then Sarah asked if he could help explain waves to them. Mr. Smith went on to tell them about all the different types of waves. For example, light waves, UV rays, and microwaves. Kelly was still confused on how waves travel. She pointed to Mr. Smith's flashlight and said, "I don't understand how light travels out of there."
Sarah already knew the 3 parts of the wave, but she didn't understand frequency. Mr. Smith patiently explained that the number of wavelengths to pass any given point in 1 second is frequency. He told Kelly if she wants to measure frequency, she needs to use the correct unit, which is hertz.
Mentioning the parts of the waves again, Mr. Smith started drawing a diagram so the girls could get a better understanding. The diagram included amplitude, which is the wave's height from crest to origin or origin to trough. Mr. Smith's diagram also included speed's formula, which was drawn as c equals lambda times f. Mr. Smith explained that to find the speed, you have to multiply the wavelength by the frequency of the wave, which wasn't very hard for Sarah and Kelly.
Kelly liked using formulas, so she insisted on doing the work on finding energy. Kelly explained to Sarah that to find energy, you have to multiply Planck's constant, which is 6.63 times 10 to the 34th power, by the frequency of radiation.
Mr. Smith finished off his tutorials by explaining that all atoms emit light when excited by electricity or heat, and there are two different energy levels that an atom passes through. The lowest energy level is ground state, and then when the atom absorbs energy, they excel to the excited state. Kelly and Sarah knew that once it released energy back, it fell back to the ground state.
Mr. Smith congratulated the girls for working so hard to finally understand their homework. He also gave them high fives for knowing more than they thought they did. Sarah and Kelly were so excited to finally understand their homework that they spent the rest of the stormy day finding examples of different types of light waves and finding their energy and speed.
Mr. Smith asked the girls if they knew what finding energy is part of the concept of quantum. The girls said they have heard the concept of quantum but can't exactly recall what it is, so Mr. Smith explained that Max Planck proposed that particles can gain or lose energy only in small units called quanta. Sarah added that she remembered that energy is directly related to frequency, so energy increases as frequency increases. Mr. Smith patted her on the back and gave Sarah a big high five. The end.